from Jonathan and me, and welcome to the programme.
First tonight, the police force handing out hundreds of free CCTV cameras to scare the yobs off a crime-ridden estate. 400
cameras are being given to the families living on the All Saints estate, which is in Kettering. That's one for every third house.
Well, it means no one will be able to move about on the streets without being recorded. Northamptonshire Police hope it will drastically cut crime, but the scheme's left critics asking, what about privacy? Well, Claire McGlasson has been to All Saints.
This time, it's different. It's not Big Brother who's watching you. It's your next-door neighbour. On the All Saints estate in Kettering, they're not so much keeping up with the Joneses as keeping an eye on them.
This is Neighbourhood Watch taken to a new level. Police here in Kettering are giving out free CCTV cameras, asking residents to monitor their own street and then report back.
Martin Rainsford is one of 400 people who've been given a camera so far in a bid to clean up the streets. His postcode has had as many as 77 crimes reported in a single month.
I actually felt quite bad about pointing out at the house opposite us, and it's only because it's vacant. And I would hope that the neighbours feel that the problem exists and understand why, and therefore it isn't too intrusive.
The scheme's being funded by money taken back from criminals under the Proceeds of Crime Act. The 400 cameras have cost £25,000. That compares to the cost of a police community support officer full-time for a year.
There's two main problems. The first one is the privacy issue. If we're handing out cameras to everybody on the estate, they can watch whoever comes past their door, and it's kind of eroding the trust in society. The second issue is that CCTV cameras are not that effective in stopping crimes. The Metropolitan Police say that only one crime is solved for every 1,000 cameras. So this is a very inefficient way of dealing with the crime problem on the estate.
For some, the problem is more pressing.
I've knocked on around a dozen doors here in Havelock Street, but everyone is reluctant to speak on camera. In fact, one woman I spoke to said that she feared that having a CCTV camera would make her a target for criminals.
But eventually, the police want to install cameras on a third of all the houses here. So there really will be eyes everywhere. Claire McGlasson, Anglia News, Kettering.
Well, earlier I spoke to Sergeant Ash Tuckley from Northamptonshire Police and began by asking him why he felt the £25,000 cost of the CCTV cameras was money well spent.
Well, I'm under no illusion that £25,000 is a lot of money. Specifically for this project, we did a similar project a couple of years ago, but on a very much smaller scale. And by doing that, we've seen some good reductions in burglary, and in particular, we also seen a 65% increase in public confidence and a reduction in perception and fear of crime.
But it could have actually paid for a full-time community support officer. You don't think the money should have gone on that, say?
Well, this specific project, the money was against some set criteria, so we wouldn't be able to go and spend it on a police community support officer, as you say. That said, you know, to fund a police community support officer with training over a 30-year career, £25,000, albeit it is a lot of money, wouldn't go that far.
What about some of the other questions that are raised in Claire McGlasson's report, that it could actually erode trust in society? Actually having these CCTV cameras could actually erode trust in society?
No, I don't think that's the case at all. You know, the response we've had from the public has been very good. 99% of the people that we've spoken to are well behind us on this, and I fully support the project.
And what about the other part as well that came out of the actual Met Police that say that it takes 1,000 cameras to solve just one crime?
Well, this project is the first time it's been done in the country, and very specifically towards local residents having personal CCTV cameras. And other than in Northamptonshire, that's never been done before. And as I said to you, the previous projects have been very successful. And on this occasion, it's about increasing that success to get the saturation rate that we want, which in this case is 1 in 3 houses on the ward having a CCTV camera.
All right, Sergeant Ash Tuckley, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Well, that was the response from Northamptonshire Police, but we're always interested to hear what you think. Do you think we should be encouraged to keep an eye on each other? As usual, you can email us your thoughts. The address for that, of course, is jonathanandbecky@itv.com.
Now then, on the day when British Gas reported a record £595 million operating profit, one man has launched his own crusade against rising energy bills.
Yes, multi-millionaire Matt Stockdale, who's from Northampton, has now set up a not-for-profit company which is set to supply gas and electricity at cost.
Well, he says it's a result of crippling energy bills, which have left more than 3 million homes across the UK in fuel poverty. Hannah Pettifer has more.
For many, turning up the heating means turning up the pressure on their finances. Big rises in energy bills have forced many to economise despite the bitter winter. But now this man wants to change that. Millionaire entrepreneur Matt Stockdale is taking on the energy giants with his new not-for-profit company.
It's exactly the same as the gas electricity that you currently have in your home, but at cost. No flash London offices, no fountain in reception, no big fat cap bonuses to pay, no shareholders to satisfy.
By supplying gas and electricity at cost, Matt believes consumers could save up to £300 a year. He says his inspiration is helping those most in need.
Earlier this year, the bodies of Jean and Derek Randall, who were both in their 70s, were found in freezing conditions in this bungalow in Northampton. An inquest is yet to be held into their deaths, but drawing from this tragedy, Matt says he just wants to ensure that no more vulnerable people will suffer from the cold.
He now helps a number of individuals from the same area pay their energy bills.
Financially, I just couldn't afford to run the heating how I wanted to run it, so I was turning it off at night times and having it quite low during the day, about 13. But by helping me financially, I've been able to, take off lots of layers and be warmer.
Matt aims to have his company start supplying energy to homes by the autumn.
I don't know whether it's a few thousand people, tens of thousands of people, or millions of people who will join with me and say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not paying this ridiculous amount of energy for big suppliers to announce billions of pounds worth of profit. It's wrong.
When wholesale energy prices have increased, customer bills have increased in tandem. But recent falls in wholesale costs haven't been reflected in the price that domestic customers are paying.
There is a time lag between the falling wholesale price and when we pass it on to customers, but what I commit is we always do what we can on pricing. So only 5% of our turnover is our profit. So if we cut bills by any more, then we would be loss-making.
But Matt wants to cut out that profit altogether. Having made his millions, he believes he's giving something back by providing cheaper energy for all. Hannah Pettifer, Anglia News, Northampton.
Well, there's more on the issue of energy prices.